morning, everyone. Welcome to our Open Data event, Open for Community Wellbeing. I am Keith McDonald, your host MC for the conference day today. And it's going to be a lovely day. We've got so many things going along that I think you'll all enjoy. So welcome, everybody. It's wonderful to see. I've got Zoom over here on my left. I'm looking at the feed loop feed straight ahead, so I remember to look at you. And I can see all your names coming up. So welcome, everybody. It's great to see you. This is the good break room. So through the day, when our sessions aren't happening, I will be here talking a bit about what we just saw and what's coming up, as well as through lunch. And later this afternoon, we got some videos that will run. So that's what this room is all about. And you know, it's interesting with conferences, right? We're used to coming in with the nice lobby and beverages and maybe a little background music and the rhubarb, people talking. And then we can come into the conference rooms and take our seats. But you know, we're into the online world now, aren't we? So this is very much an online conference, and it's our first kick at the can here at Go Open Data doing that. And it's really interesting to do a virtual session. It's so hard to get that sense of being together in person virtually, but Feedloop has some features that I wanted to point out that you can use for networking, including private chats, ability to do video chats, and of course a public chat as well. So please take advantage of those and don't feel any obligation to attend the break sessions or jump in after you've had some chat with folks. So we're using Zoom and a product called Feedloop, and everybody seemingly is using one of these devices or tools, whether it's WebEx or Zoom or other. I found this picture and I thought, you know, even our pets are probably Zooming, and I think that's why Zoom has zoo in it. But we're not animals, we're humans, and we're on the machines, and that's a good thing. So I mentioned Feedloop, and that's our tool. If there's any issues that you're experiencing through the day, you can use our Connect at Go Open Data mailbox, and that will get you some help. So we're officially kicking things off now. That being said, and the first thing I'd like to do is a land acknowledgement. So I want to acknowledge that we are on lands traditionally occupied by Indigenous peoples. They continue to care for this land. They continue to shape Ontario today. And I want to show my respect and the respect of the Go Open Data Association, and indeed for everyone in attendance today. Hundreds of years after the first treaties were signed, they're still very, very relevant today. Now, next up, moving right along, we want to hear from Yuri Konga. But what's interesting about the interwebs and internet and so on is sometimes signals aren't as reliable. So in our testing today, we found that Yuri isn't, I don't want to say Yuri isn't reliable because we know that he is, but in fact, I'm going to actually read for Yuri since we felt that was the safest way to do it. And Yuri Konga, of course, is our executive director of the Go Open Data Association. So again, speaking for Yuri, good morning. On behalf of the Go Open Data Association Board of Directors and Operations Committee, I'm delighted to welcome you to Good 21, our 8th annual conference. We're delighted to see so many new people joining us this year. Good has traditionally been an Ontario-based in-person event, but this year, being our first virtual event, we're happy to have a Canada-wide audience and global participants from Europe, the US, the Caribbean, and New Zealand. It's been a gradual but steady growth in our small grassroots nonprofits, starting with our association website in January, followed by monthly Good webinars and Good cafes, and of course, our annual conference, with much more to come. As you know, our theme this year, Open for Community Wellbeing, is very fitting for our current situation. Our program this year speaks to both open data, open information, and the many factors contributing to what community well-being is. Yesterday provided great knowledge transfer and attendee engagement on really important topics of data governance, open data standards, data analytics, and visualization, and COVID-19. Today, we are going to benefit from a variety of speakers with many years of experiences and knowledge, and others with new and fresh ideas that will make us think about what is community well-being and look at what we should be doing individually and collectively as a community. I know that I will learn so much from these speakers and from your interaction as an audience. I'd be remiss if I didn't say a huge thank you to the Good Board, Good Operations Committee, and Good 21 Planning Committee, And a special thank you to some of the really dedicated people that have contributed to the conference. Your Master of Ceremonies, Keith McDonald, Director of Communications, Cody Schachter and Corey Trott, working the technology behind the scenes, Kara Scafoni for her coordination of the youth panel, and Jonathan Brown for his coordination of the Saturday Hackathon. In our recent conferences, we have donated to worthy charities. This year, we are pleased to announce that we will be making a $500 donation to Feed Ontario, a worthy organization supporting community well-being whose vision is to end hunger and poverty in Ontario. This donation is made on behalf of our speakers and moderators in lieu of speaker gifts. Thank you, speakers. And thank you for your attendance at Good 21. We hope that you enjoy it. That message from Yuri Konga coming to us today via myself. Now, we're probably right on target to bring in Hillary, who is going to give us some words. And Hillary, of course, is our director, not our director, that is not good, but she's chief digital and data officer, Deputy Minister, Ontario Digital Service, Ontario Treasury Board Secretariat. So we just need to identify where you're at, Hillary. If you're, oh, there you are. Okay, I can see you, and looks like your mic's on. So with that being said, I'll pass it over to you, Hillary.
Thanks so much. Can you see me, hear me? Everything good?
Yep, you're good.
Excellent. Hi, folks. Thanks so much to both you, Keith, and Jury for the introduction. Sorry, Jury, that your mic might not be working out, but that's how things go. I heard a number of my team mentioned in the remarks there about helping volunteer and organize the conference. So thanks to all the volunteers and the organizers for reminding us of the enormously valuable contribution that this community plays and that open data itself plays in our society, and certainly continues to play through this pandemic. And thank you all for tuning in this morning. I love this year's focus, as you mentioned, Keith, on being open for community well-being. Like you, I believe that open data analytics, data science, that they have the power to help our communities thrive in partnership with grassroots networks like this one, and in collaboration with teams like mine at the province and in municipalities across the province. And to paraphrase my friend and now proud civil servant in the Canadian federal government, Pia Andrews, I've heard her say many times that open government without digital doesn't scale, and digital without open can't last, because they truly go hand in hand. So I'm proud to have both of those remits as Ontario's Chief Digital and Data Officer, and do have the privilege of leading the Ontario Digital Service, which essentially serves as a center of gravity for digital data and lean expertise and support for public servants across the Ontario Public Service. We try to help other teams experiment with internet era approaches, tools, and practices, and essentially are trying to help the organization writ large, quote unquote, be more digital. And to do that, we need to point teams in the same direction. One tool that we have in our toolbox is the Digital Service Standard. That acts as our compass. It's designed to guide teams in building services with the people who will actually use them. It has evolved over the last couple of years, and in fact, this past year, we've made a couple of key updates to the standard to reflect feedback from the teams who are working to meet the standard. So for example, we've added be a good data steward as a key point to encourage delivery teams to inform users how their data will be used, to be transparent, to reuse data where possible, and to be mindful of privacy, security, and any cultural concerns. A great example of all of this work in action is, of course, our data catalog in Ontario. So at data.ontario.ca, you'll find all of our open data that we've worked with ministries and program areas across the public service to put out in the open. And the tool itself, the website itself, continues to be built with and for our users, both our partners and end users. You can search data sets, preview data, apply visualization filters, All of that work coming largely due to the feedback that we've received from folks like you. Our open data team, led by Christine Haggard, who's here and who you'll be hearing from later this afternoon, I think, on the Changemaker panel. That team really has been working all out with our ministry partners to deliver the latest COVID-19 data almost 24/7, it feels like, I think, certainly 7 days a week. In truth, that team, our data people, their partners helping us make that data, put it in the open, are among the unsung heroes of our provincial response to this global pandemic. They're publishing case numbers, hospitalizations, recoveries, and publishing it openly has provided opportunities for experts and communities outside of government, like this one, to actively improve the public's understanding of COVID-19. Reflecting on some of our lessons learned this last year, we actually have been working with the government to release our digital and data strategy. And just last week, or actually, I guess it was Friday, we released Building a Digital Ontario, which prioritizes strong digital security, robust data management, and trustworthy AI. And in fact, on that last point, starting today at ontario.ca/AI, we are asking you to share ideas on creating guidelines for the government's use of AI. So to create a framework for how the government will use AI responsibly, to minimize use and maximize benefits for Ontarians, we're asking for feedback on 3 main commitments. First, no AI in secret. Second, AI use that Ontarians can trust. And third, AI that serves all Ontarians. So you can find more about the consultation at ontario.ca/AI. Please visit and share your feedback. We're excited to launch the consultations. The pandemic has certainly put a fine point on just how hungry people are for data, how they depend on it to make decisions, and why it matters that we do make data available in the open, and how we're using some of that data transparent and open for all to see. At a time when misinformation threatens to undermine public trust, data and transparent information really is the ally that we need. So I hope you have a great day. Looking forward to dropping in on some of the conversations myself. Thank you for inviting me to join you, and keep in touch.
Thank you so much, Hillary. That's a great announcement as well. It piques my interest. We do have an ethical AI panel coming up in the afternoon, so that'll be exciting. I'm sure that's going to come up. Yes, awesome news. Well, wonderful opening. Thanks everybody for signing in. We're about ready to begin our sessions, so that means I will be ending this particular session, and then you'll need to click on the Leaders Keynote panel, which is coming up in just a second. And that's the way we'll proceed through the day. Hopefully I'll see you again at the break. Thank you once again, Hillary, for Yuri and myself. Have a great conference day.